I had a question from Icrit 2000 about how to set up a face to a different appearance. So I've got a sheet metal part here set right now to generic and default. So first thing we'll come in to do is figure out what material we want. So set it to steel. So that's just a steel part. Now he just wanted to do just a single face. So if we're just going to select the top here and come and do a checkered black and white. Now you can select multiple faces by holding down Control, and then that'll select whatever faces you want, and then you can change it, and it creates an override. So when you actually look into the little part here, it'll have the asterisk, and then also a clear override up here, or you can come up to this little appearance and clear, select that, or select all, and then it'll clear it out. So once we come up to the actual appearance browser, here's our checkered black and white. You click on the little pencil here and it'll bring up the edit appearance. Before we do that, if you wanted to save this, you could right click, say duplicate, and then it'll bring up a duplicate of that. You can rename it. If you want to, on the bottom here, you can go and create a new appearance or your libraries. But if we click right here, you can say I want a new generic appearance, and it'll bring you up just the default generic, and then you can change pretty much whatever you want. So whether or not you want it to be a color, all that stuff. Or when you bring it up, you can actually say, okay, I want it to be a metal. It'll give it the metal properties that you would like, so aluminum, polished. You can do reliefs, things like that, depending on what you're basing it off of. So if you get something similar that you like, so let's say we're looking at, you like this. So you can drag this up to here, got our blue, yellow, you can right click and duplicate it. Now when we come into here, you can mess around with it, and then when you're done, you can add to your favorites or your material library, put it somewhere. So that's a good way of creating your own library, so that way you're not overwriting some of the other stuff that you have, and you can rename it. Once you get in, it'll bring up all the generic information and stuff like that. If you want to change the image itself, so if you want to change it, it'll take you to there. And then if you actually want to change the layout, so right here we have our checkered, and make this a little easier. So if you click on the image itself, it'll bring up there, but if you click this little box, edit image, so then our rotation, we can change that to 45, and it'll flip it to 45. If you want to say, I want to do this at 5, it'll make it smaller. As far as source goes, you can also change it from right here.